How's it going, guys? Just back here again with some more draft here on MTG Arena today. Uh, what a hand. We are drafting our elementals. Okay. Yeah, to pass. Yikes. Dealing with that. Gonna be rough. Gonna grab the second blue source for Swataway. We can get rid of this figure of Fable. Back, whatever the next card may be. Yikes. I kind of wanted that, but had to pass it up though. Huh. Send that back. Deal 1 damage. Take that one to cast. Draw 2 cards. Get rid of that. Maybe we should have waited. Well, let's play that. Try to get the benefit next turn. If we don't, that's fine. Yikes. Gonna have an easier time dealing 2 damage to a creature than I will having to deal with a step in 5 at the worst case scenario. It doesn't mean that we're on a 2-turn clock, so we have to draw something, but with the way that the 1/1 can ramp up, it may well have been a 2-turn clock anyways. Because it could have gone to a 4/5 next turn. And if they're just holding on to a removal spell, well, that's the game anyways. Like, we had to block regardless. I mean, that's it. GG. We are back. Game 2. We are 0-1 against... And there means bread. Another mono-colored hand. And only starts to cast things on turn 3. We can cast things. We can cast pretty much everything in our hand. You know, barring these two. And it looks like we won't be able to cast anything for a while. Anyways. Yes, my god, I need that. Yeah. No attack. We want a Champion of the Path copy. That's our plan. And we might be able to wipe our opponent's board in the process. It depends on if they actually do anything. Yeah, just block there. Yikes. Online permanent. Okay, so we're fine. We're fine. Why would you do that, opponent? Why would you do that? Copy. I mean, they are guaranteed dead next turn. If they don't remove my entire board, I have 2 of my creatures. I gotta do something, I think. Pretty good. I'm gonna deal 12. Well, don't need to do 12. Just need to deal 3. It looks like everybody tries to build a tribal deck, and that I'm not as weirdly neurotic in that aspect as I thought I might be. That's GG. Arena. There we go. Alright, on to game number 3. We are back. 1-1. Not bad. Another mono hand. Okay, deck. You do you. I'm not gonna judge. Keep this hand. To be fair, we can actually cast something on turn 2. Worst case scenario. Whether or not that would do something on turn 2. Totally different story. Elemental, okay. It's black and red, though. They are not proper elemental color combination. They are goblin colors. I mean, it's technically just a good card, so fair enough. Well, I will pass a turn. We can remove their creature on their turn. So in case they play something better. That is kind of better, but I don't really want to waste that many turns. Yeah, that one. Swat Away is going to be hard to cast. Second from the top, okay. We have at least one more turn. If we draw a blue source, we'll be fine. But we would have to bear and grin whatever they play this turn. I'm not sure would be the best result for me. Although we could play Flamekin, make the treasure. Yeah. And have the Unveil just sit there. Like to. It do suck for us, but better than them drawing a card from their top four. All right. It's been a very tricky game. Problem is with this one, we won't be able to play the Swat Away cost. Uh, we actually get the cast. Okay. I guess the mana value, even if it costs 2 less to cast, the mana value isn't changed. There are no more, right? Please tell me there are no more. Seven, 3. Sure. Use the top 2 cards of card association. I'm just gonna go with 2. No attack. So we're gonna cast that. No block. Get them? They trade off they can't successfully block champion from here on out, which is fine. That's kind of my goal. Yikes. I cursed my poor giant. Oh, they gotta cast it again. Yeah. Ugh. Why are you betraying me, deck? No block. Take the damage. Finally. And we are in top deck mode. In the turn. I got nothing. Okay. Does our opponent have something? Yeah, submit. Turtle. I mean, this changes it into a 6/6 essentially. It's probably our best draw. Okay. Flankin. Command. To make a copy. So I'll copy that. You will have the 2 damage. I will deal 9 if this goes through. It was a comeback. No. If it's another direct damage spell, we lose. We do not lose. Fair enough. Oh, that was close. We are back. We're 2-1 at the moment, which means we are on game 4. A normal hand. I love it. We get so few of those. Pass a turn. Rather not cycle. I don't have to. Yeah, can't let that happen. The guy always needs to be bolted. Okay, and we got our 4 mana. 4 mana play for our clearer. Or we can play in Blaze if things get too hairy. Opponent's just gonna ramp. Okay. That's fine. Go. Pitch that. Our in place is going to do roughly the same thing from this point forward. Sure. And Ashley's command here would be very nice. Not meant to be, though. Kind of want that one then. Yeah, there's the command. So I'll offer up the trade. It was not taken. They know about the command now, so the chance of them throwing something in. Okay. Flying first strike lifelink, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna lose it anyways. You have 4 mana left to play with. So you're gonna do this. Duckline. Deal the 4 damage. That could have come in handy to deal with something bigger at some point in the future, but Duckline. Death Touch Elf. So much card draw. Draw 2 cards, make a copy. Yeah, let's get rid of that. In for 6. It still kind of worked out, but not quite as well as we would have hoped. Let's hold that one. Pitch that. Changeling. Pitch that. Swinging for 6. Grab a jump block. Okay. GG. We're back. Game number 5. We got 3 wins, 1 loss. This is a greedy hand. I mean, I'll keep it, but I shouldn't. The thing about it is it gets a 4th land really easily. And with Epiphany on the board too. It says up to, so you don't have to. Here's my 3rd land. And then hopefully our Eclipsed can get us a 4th land. Yep. And we're working our way up towards Green Harvest. We haven't played it in this particular game, but it could be quite good. I'm gonna get down Champion. Put the Mystic under it. No attack. Oh well. Alright, there's line number 6. No attack. We are resource managing. That is our goal in this game, apparently. We have one more turn until we can harvest. Opponent. Begin to Blight Rot. Copy this. It's definitely on the one that can attack. Yeah, we'll take the big guy. And we will not cycle him. Let's harvest. Deal with that using our opponent's creature or our opponent's card. Then we'll play our Goblin, which is not ours, but might as well be. Swing it. Just get a free kill. Yeah, let's not let that happen. You'll want to kill my dude. I feel like I'm gonna have to make it happen the hard way. GG. I've lost track of. I was just looking at it and I immediately lost track of what game we're on. What game we're on. What our actual record is. We're doing well. We've only lost one game, and we've won quite a few. I know that much, but it's either 3 or 4. I don't know. It could be either. It could be anything. We'll never know. It's impossible. I get down my changeling. Just because if they kill him, he has additional benefits anyways. Yeah. That's a good pickup. What's our opponent gonna do? Okay. Don't really have a good answer for that at the moment. Whenever one or more creatures you control enter, if they were cast from your graveyard, create a token with a copy of them. That is from an elf cleric. Well, ask and you shall receive. That's a good answer for her. Whether or not we're going to use it in a timely manner, I don't know. But it's good to have when our only other answer doesn't have the appropriate mana sources yet. No block. I really like. We get a mountain off this. Which we do. We can see our way the lifelink creature. Attack in for 4. And then use the bounce spells to help us tempo out the game. It's a bit odd that Flaring Cinder was a keystone in our first few victories, but it hasn't really come up again since. It turns out our elemental strategy has a couple of different viable strategies. Like a well-timed Ashling command can be utterly game-changing, but also sitting behind a Cinder. Yeah, go ahead, put it. Okay. 3 in for 5. The 3v5 race, I will win eventually. Yeah. Sweet. Control Z, Control Z, Control Z. Next. Now we can do the Cinder plan. Decline. I say that and I'm not going to do it. Easy. opponent's so down on cards that bouncing their only creature, I feel like, will probably be not good for them. Goodness. Yeah. Decline. I was hoping they would attack, but they cleared through the problem. That one. Swing for 3. They trade, okay. I mean, Champion of the Path is scary, but if they just answer it, we're stuck in a 3 to 4 card deficit, basically. And we know they have action because they haven't been playing lands. So their hand is spells. It's just what spell do they intend on using? And they're probably a little bit worried about a high mana value or a high toughness or no, high power elemental coming off the top of the deck and just ending the game. Six, okay. I will trade for this. Not even gonna. Fair enough. I might be able to get something on their turn. They are bound to have other creatures. I will go down to 13. It's tempting to rattle off the spell there, but if they don't play enough, we might just get through with the champion, which could be quite dangerous. Your dead opponent is the issue. So I don't really believe I can sit and do nothing if you just pass with all of your mana. So this will guarantee that I draw an elemental. If my opponent has a trick, they have to use it now. Okay. Yikes. Egg on my face. It only lands. Yikes. Okay, well. It's going to be hard for me to end off the game from here. So reanimates for 2 counters. Is there anything in there worth reanimating? The Diviner, okay. Getting through a 3/6 lifelinker may not be possible. Next, we're not out, but we have lost the game, I think. Energy. Well, I can block. I only had to go down to 9. Dice, draw a card. No attack. So they are not tribal. Which is good to see that you don't have to be tribal in this archetype or in this draft format. Generally speaking, you generally don't, but there's so much good upside to it, I guess, and it always feels a little bit tempting. Would like to. What are we hitting? Okay, well. Now let's do the token since it can't be reanimated. There and there. Now we only go down to 2. Weaver. Probably they're up to 10. Like, even with what we got now, we're just not in reach. Which was an outcome I expected, but going through the motions is a bit rough. Could we use our champion, our Blaze, and our Ashling? Well, we discarded our Ashlings. Get rid of the Diviner again. For a moment. Yeah, it's just not enough. We don't got it. GG. We are back. 4 wins, 2 losses. Game 7. Okay, this is a unique hand. We don't have any of our rares or mythics, but we at least have a very respectable curve and all of our available mana. Or all of our necessary mana. Skull Sleeves versus a Wanderer. Elemental. As a turn. We will play our 1/3. Looks like it's Elementals versus Elementals for possibly the final game. It's that. Alright. So we at least have a removal spell for Twin Flame Travelers. Feels like our opponent's build is more aggro-based than ours. You are an instant. Okay. Well, we will pass. Let's get rid of that. While we're here, get rid of one of those guys. Counterspell and a Wayfinder. So next turn we can Cinder. We can do a lot of cycling, basically. If our opponent doesn't hold up a counterspell. If our opponent holds up a counterspell, there will be very little cycling to be done. Block there. Draw a card. Here. This will at least allow us to cast our spells next turn. I say that. Our spells aren't that great. Sure. Double block. And then it's turtle power to hold out. Really? I mean, no attack. We'll hold up. We could have championed away our Graspling, but Champion of the Path might get countered. I just don't want to take a big attack here. Alright, well, opponent, sorry. If you don't have a counterspell, this is really, really bad for you. (20-6) in one turn. And my opponent is an elemental deck. Dream Harvest is absolutely goated here. Oh my god, they have a champion too. No, I didn't draw an elemental, but you probably have one. Yeah, you do. GG. We are back. 5 wins, 2 losses, game 8. It's been a while since the draft has gone this far. It's a shame that we're not gonna get. Although, you're gonna say it's a shame we weren't gonna be able to hold up our counterspell, but we weren't gonna be able to hold up our counterspell anyways, because our counterspell, for it to be 2 mana, we need a creature. Because you can't blight if you don't have a creature, I don't think. So now we can have our counterspell. Okay. Are we gonna discard for this? Really? Okay. I guess we're working on the anti-card advantage plan. No. Oh no, they're also working on the anti-card advantage plan. Counterspell? The worst eventuality for me. No, okay. They're just gonna tap my creature, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Where is my Ashling command? I need it this turn, please. Fair enough. We didn't get it, but we gotta herd. Or feed the flames. There is no herding to be had. Yeah, I think I will get rid of that one. We're back to dying 3 damage at a time. Draw a land. I am tired of the fairy song and dance. Just gonna counter that. And the Mystic, he's done his work. He's been to the battlefield, to the hand, and then back to the battlefield. I can't really say I am all that ashamed of his progress. Yep, I need one of those. We'll play our lizard. It has to have some amount of removal spell. Yeah. I mean, this should cost me next to nothing. Okay, well. That's just rude, opponent. Play out the cards. No attack. Next goes the lizard in front. Because he's going to draw me a card. Okay. I like to see it. Play this. Cinder? Discard that. Just the 2, please. Yeah. Put that one on top. We have another hexproof enchantment. That's fine. But because we're not destroying it, the discard effect doesn't matter. So they're going to have an actual card for interaction. I'm dead. I should have kept Flamekin back. Yeah, now our opponent just attacks for 6 and we die. I was greedy. And it didn't quite pay out. The flash creature got me. GG. Well, if you enjoyed this week's draft, remember to like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment down below. I will see you next time. Bye for now.